Today I want to speak about assumptions. Do you know anyone in your life, in your family, in your friends who is assuming a lot? And by assuming, I mean the act of already knowing, the act of knowing the future and understanding every detail of another person. Do you know anyone? Is it your brother, your family, like your parents, your children, your neighbors, some of your friends? Today I want to speak about assumptions because it's very important to be aware of them. Please be aware that whatever you are assuming is your own story. Assumptions can be very supportive. Assumptions can be very, very useful as long as you know that you are assuming. When you know that you are assuming, you know that you are only looking at the situation out from your own perspective. Hello, Sinai, welcome. When you know that you are assuming, then you know that it's your own story. And this teaches you a lot about yourself. When you know someone else is assuming in this moment, when you can observe this, then you can also know where this person is at in this moment. And this can be super beautiful and super supportive for this other person, for yourself too, of course, but for this other person also, because you can help and guide this person who is assuming in this moment, guide him or her to a new perspective where they realize that they are assuming and they already think they know. The path of spirituality is to understand that you don't know, to experience life without knowing. Are you with me? Please start to experience this life without the head, without understanding. Experience this life without assuming, without already knowing. You have no idea what I'm going to say next. Neither do I. I could assume, but this would stress me out. But once we are aligned to spirit, and by spirit I mean emptiness, by silence, yeah? Once we are guided through that, we are fearless because we are not afraid of our own thoughts, of our own assumptions. Because our own assumptions, they stressed us out so often. Am I right? Please be honest here. Please be honest. When you're assuming the whole time, you are judging. You are judging somebody else without even knowing the person or the situation. Can you still be helpful? Absolutely. Maybe you are super helpful by reminding someone that they don't know either. Please do it in a kind way. Please do it in a loving way, because then this person has time to reflect. Oh, wait a second, I judged. I was already thinking I know everything about this and that. And once I arrive at this point, I have the ability to slow down and to align myself more to truth. The word truth, if I pronounce it correctly, the word truth might trigger you because what is truth? We can write books about this concept of truth. I don't want to I don't want to discuss the word truth because this is just a mind game. So let's look at truth as loving life energy. Once you arrive at loving life energy, You don't need judging. You don't need assumptions. You don't need that because you are in the trust game. You are so connected to trust. You're so secure that you can just let go. I invite you to let go. I invite you to stop assuming. Maybe you learned it and maybe the mind tells you no, but it helped me. It helped me here and there and there. Leave a comment if this is the case, or you leave a comment also if you agree with me. In my opinion, it's time to let go of this concept of we need to assume and understand and control everything. We need to grow some balls. We need to dig into this chaotic life experience without control. And maybe, just maybe, you can see for yourself what kind of life you will have if you drop into this surrendering of chaotic life experience. Maybe you can drop into the trust that life, spirit, whatever the word is for you, God, divine energy, infinity, has a beautiful path for us. And the only thing we need to do is surrender. We cannot surrender if we assume. If we are assuming, we do not by definition surrender to this moment because we think we can control and understand it. So every once in a while, I go to Sweden. There's a community. It's called Ängsbacka. I love it there. And there's also a kind of rule there to live together in this community of awesome people. There's many people there. In the summer, hundreds of people. Do not assume. Never assume. And I sometimes call it, or when people still are assuming, because yeah, we are humans, it happens. Yeah, I call it an assumption town. And then I tell people, hey, we are not an assumption town here. And I would say the whole life experience, this whole planet, this whole spaceship of life on planet Earth, this is not, please, I beg you, this is not Assumption Town. We are not in Assumption Town here. We are in Surrender Town. We are in Love Town. We are in Divine Energy Spaceship Town. Rosemary, hello. How do I start not assuming? Please. Rosemary, thank you for this question. And thank you also, Rosemary, for reflecting. You really want to start to not assume. So your question is absolutely valid. How do I start not assuming? I have this here. I don't know how it's called in English. I use it sometimes for my hair. This could be a person too, a situation, but let's just look at this. What is this? If I give it a name, this is for the hair, I'm already assuming something. I'm giving it a function. I already think I know what it is. When I see, if I'm a racist person, for example, and here in Austria, I see a black person, I'm already assuming that this is a criminal. I know it's ugly, yeah, but I'm already assuming. So my invitation is to look at this person or look at this thing here for the very first time. For the very first time. Yeah, yeah. For the heck of it, you don't even know how, I really don't know how it's called in English, but even if it's a person, you don't even know how you would name this person because you see this person for the first time. Even if I talk about your own mother or your own father, you see this person in this moment for the very first time. You don't know nothing. Nothing. Practice seeing things, listening to things, smelling things, touching things, tasting things for the very first time. This will never stop. I promise you this, Rosemary. I promise you, it will never stop. You will always keep on experiencing something for the very first time. How can you judge and assume about something about which you see for the first time? Of course, if I already know it, I use this for my microphone. Yeah, I assume that it won't charge so fast. Yeah, because I am connecting myself with with the story, with my experience of it. I know this already. I'm assuming it won't be good. I'm assuming it will be good again. And then, of course, I am very vulnerable to get disappointed very fast, of course. So how do I stop assuming? By seeing this for the first time. Oh, wow. Nice that it is here. Wonderful. And the same with the person. Is it easy? Necessarily, but practice helps a lot. The practice makes it simpler then. Rosemary, please leave a comment if this helps you. Yeah. Is it easy? Not always, but practice. Practice helps a lot. Keep on looking at things for the very first time. For the very first time. Thank you, Rosemary. Look at it. Stay curious. Stay absolutely curious. I know it's sometimes hard with relatives because we are so deeply connected with them. So maybe don't start practicing with the biggest triggers, I would call them. Start with some things, some acquaintances, so people you don't really know, and keep on looking at them for the very first time. I promise you, you will totally be surprised every time. Every time you will be surprised. Yeah, it's not easy. It cannot be easy, but yeah, like I said, do the small things. And maybe you can even go smaller. Don't use humans, don't use persons, use things. This here. Don't give it a name. Don't already know what it is. You have no idea. This is actually hot and soft. I'm joking, it's not. But there is a possibility that we don't know everything about this, right? We don't know. A practice with small things. Look at it for the first time. For the first time. And then it becomes really, really beautiful. Thank you. Hmm. I wish you all many moments where you find opportunity to look at the things for the first time. I wish you all many, many opportunities to observe your own assumptions. Oh, this person acted because blah blah blah. But if you look closer, this person said this and this because blah blah blah. If you listen closer, if you listen for the first time, if you look at it for the first time, we realize that we're not aware of the whole situation. There's so many things this person never told us, could never tell us, for whatever reason. So let's not pretend that we know everything. Let's stay with ourselves and give this person who we are judging, who we are assuming about, some space. Give him or her the freedom for whatever reason he or she is saying this or acting like, I don't understand it. I totally give love to this person, whatever he or she is saying. So much loving awareness for this person. I might not agree with the acts, with the content he or she is saying, but let's give this person the freedom of love, unconditional love. That's how we give these people also the opportunity to reflect more, to slow down, to reflect, slow down. And this way we are planting so many seeds. So many seeds. That's all we do. We're constantly planting seeds. So let's plant the seeds with a lot of awareness. I'm wishing you this so many opportunities to slow down, to look at persons for the first time, and whatever is going on, to have love and to experience love and to share love. Sinai, Rosemary, it's wonderful that you are here. Thank you. And all the other people in the recording or are here right now but hiding. Thank you so much. Thanks for the hearts. If you have any more questions or something you want to add, Stephanie, hi Stephanie, welcome. If you have questions or want to add something, if your gut is saying, oh, I want to share this now, please use this opportunity right now. I'm doing this every week, every Wednesday. For me, it's afternoon. So I don't know where you guys are. Can be all over the planet. I hope it's a good time for you.